When Caitlin Clark calls for new leadership, you're in trouble. The commissioner's future of the Women's National Basketball Association, Napheesa Collier pipe bomb that she dropped the other day, where she channeled the spirit of Caitlin Clark. Cathy Engelbert's not going to survive this as the commissioner.
Napheesa Collier didn't just call out the WNBA, she detonated something. When she said the league's leadership was the worst in the world, she wasn't just venting. She exposed a crack that's now threatening to swallow the commissioner's job. Cathy Engelbert's once celebrated run might be seconds from collapse, and even Adam Silver can't ignore it.
And people start glancing in his direction that this is partially his fault. National Basketball Association Commissioner Adam Silver, Engelbert is going to be out, and she's going to be out very quickly.
But what exactly pushed her from safe to sinking? We'll unpack the moment the league's balance of power flipped, and how Collier's words might end up rewriting who runs women's basketball. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Cathy Engelbert is not the WNBA's future. Look at the rest of this headline. Soon, the commish may not even be its present. The pressure is officially on. It's officially hitting a boiling point. People are starting to glance in Adam Silver's direction now.
Collier's pipe bomb moment didn't just happen overnight. Players had been frustrated for years, watching the league celebrate wins like new expansion teams, rising viewership, and an influx of corporate sponsors, while feeling their own voices weren't being heard. On the surface, the WNBA looked like it was booming. But behind that progress, tension had been building between players and Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. When Collier said the league's leadership was the worst in the world, it cut through all that positivity like a siren.
We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world.
It's getting spooky for Cathy Engelbert in the house right now.
Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage.
That line hit social media instantly. Her name started trending, and WNBA players quietly liked posts echoing the same feelings. Fans began tagging the league demanding answers, asking why top players felt ignored when the WNBA was supposed to be thriving. The timing made it sting even more. This was supposed to be a moment of celebration, not a public meltdown. Inside locker rooms, the mood shifted fast. Engelbert already had a reputation for being tough to reach and sometimes dismissive when players raised concerns. That communication gap turned small frustrations into open anger. Some star players felt like she was focused more on selling the league to sponsors than understanding what they needed on the ground. Others thought she wasn't fighting hard enough for them with owners or with the NBA itself.
With Engelbert at the helm, the WNBA has experienced its greatest glow-up. Surely a press release is being crafted for the record sponsorship revenue. Her allies seem harder to find than a salad at a barbecue. She's got nobody in her corner anymore.
Collier's honesty reminded people of the kind of bold criticism fans expected to see from someone like Caitlin Clark one day. But Clark stayed quiet, maybe to avoid getting pulled into the drama. Still, Collier's words opened a real wound. It made team owners realize Engelbert had lost her connection to the people who actually make the product, the players. What looked like one emotional outburst was actually a sign of something deeper. Her base of support had collapsed, and the discontent that started in the locker room was about to move into the boardroom. The power struggle inside the WNBA doesn't just stop with players, it runs all the way to the top. The ownership breakdown already tells you where the real control sits.
The owners, she works for the owners. Adam Silver works for the owners. The owners, who tend to care more about revenue than anything, aren't lining up. She does not have anybody in her corner.
The NBA owns 42% of the league. The WNBA itself holds another 42%, and the last 16% belongs to outside investors. That means NBA owners, the same ones who employ Adam Silver, have a heavy say in how the WNBA operates. When they start grumbling about leadership, things can turn fast. Cathy Engelbert's job looked safe when the league was landing sponsors and pulling in record attention. But once NBA owners began complaining about her game plan, that safety vanished. Some didn't like her long-term strategy. Others said they felt shut out, that she wasn't communicating consistently.
Because Engelbert reports to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, multiple NBA sources were queried by The Athletic about Engelbert. The owners are no longer behind Cathy Engelbert. Yikes. Some wonder if Collier is set in motion, a wave that leads to a new executive face.
Her reputation for limited outreach made her look isolated just when she needed allies. It's a tough place to be when the people holding the checkbook think you've gone rogue. The money numbers tell both sides of the story. Franchise buy-ins shot up to around $250 million and sponsorships hit roughly $76 million this year. Those are strong figures.
The new buy-in price is $250 million, up $50 million from 2023. The league secured $925 million in new franchise fees, an impressive haul for a league pushing 30 and still not turning a profit. How is that impressive? Okay.
But here's the catch. The league still hasn't turned steady profits. For ownership groups looking at the bottom line, success measured by headlines isn't enough. They want to see black ink, and Engelbert hasn't delivered it yet. That's where Adam Silver steps in. He answers to those same NBA owners, and his loyalty only stretches as far as their patience. According to League Whispers, some already think the WNBA needs new energy at the top. Mark Tatum, Silver's right-hand man, keeps being floated as a possible replacement.
It's a wrap. It is a wrap.
When insiders start naming successors, that's never random. It means people are positioning. At this point, Engelbert's job doesn't just look shaky, it looks unsustainable. And that raises a bigger question. How does the league rebuild trust before the next storm hits?
I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs.
The WNBA is standing at a real crossroads right now. This isn't just about Cathy Engelbert's job. It's about how the league handles power, money, and trust all at once. Players want a voice, owners want returns, and fans want transparency. If Adam Silver decides her time is up, the ripple effect could reshape how women's basketball is managed and sold for years. A leadership change could signal a total reset in how the league moves forward. What do you think? Does Engelbert have a comeback left? Or are we watching the start of a brand new chapter for the WNBA?